All right. Good afternoon. This is Colin Price, the butler of Mr. Dave Murray from Iron Maiden. You join us in a very large Frankfurt stadium on the Run for Your Lives tour. And we've got the lovely lads from Synergy with us. So we're going to give you a little sneak peek behind the scenes, see what's new this year. Okay, this is it's our old number one. Tends to be our number two-ish now. It's, we've had this for about 25 years. Subtle difference this year. This is the original of the Dave Murray signature model. But instead of the hot rails and the JB Junior, we've gone very old school, got a couple of JB full fat humbuckers in there, and this does the majority of the old songs, just to give you a little bit of grunt. So we just swap the scratch plate out and drop this in, just to give it a different flavour. So I expect everybody that owns one of these at home will be probably doing the same thing now. So good luck, everyone. So that's that. And our proper number one is the Andy Hicks custom shop, walnut neck, older body. It's just a beautiful thing. And if you'd like to own one of these, well, I can't say an awful lot at the moment, but we'll see. What else have we got? So, this is a Jason Smith custom shop from, it's about 10 years old now, I think. This was at home with Dave for quite some time, but we brought it back out. Occasionally makes an entrance on stage, but it is our backup for the humbuckers. And it's probably my favourite, actually. It's very, very nice. Big headstock, old school. Kind of like his Kossoff, but obviously we can't bring that out. It's very fragile, and is currently in a nursing home having martinis and living its best life. So there's that. And for all you Dave Murray Stratocaster fans, for the past few shows we bought out the, what was this, 2011 Final Frontier Les Paul, using this on the encores. Very nice. It's aged quite well. It's just a bit of fun. And now we've got a very nice Hendrix inspired Strat as well. So we're just having a laugh on this, really, but it's great. The only problem is just remembering what knob does what. So that's why I've got a mute switch on my rack, just in case he forgets. But touch wood, he's been okay so far. Well, that is pretty much those four are what we're using on stage at the moment. So there's that. So would you like to see the rack, boys and girls? Here it is, nice and compact. We like it a lot. So what are we using a radio on this, using a wireless on this tour, because we've got video out in the horseshoe, and it just makes it a little bit easier to maneuver. Dave's not been a fan of wireless up to now. He likes his cable, but we A/B'd it. It sounds amazing, so we went with it. It just gives him loads of freedom. Yeah, he can move around quite easily, so that is a big change. So pretty much as we had it before, going into the Pete Cornish, 2005 switcher, that's quite old now, which has send and return for the Crybaby, and then straight into the Aspect 3, and as you can see we've got, what have we got? 5 scenes. So we've got a clean, which is for the middle of Rhyming Ancient Mariner and Seventh Son. So it gives you that kind of swirly kind of vibe, old school. Bollocks, which is bollocks. That's our rhythm. Got a lovely, and that's the JMP. We use the JMP on that. Lead, we've swapped over to Soldano for that. Clean for hallowed, which is just, you know, a little bit of effect, but not as much as the Ryman 7th, just so it punches through. And a harmony just to kind of give it that little bit of old school Maiden nasally kind of Dave Murray tone from back in the day. And the big difference on this one is obviously it's all being fired through our lovely Marshall 4x12s by the sexy Synergy power amp, which we absolutely love. So I've got our old EL34 100 Marshall there. I use that in rehearsals just so we could just A/B it and dial in the Synergy, and so that'll be coming out shortly. And can't say enough good things about this Synergy. It's fantastic. Our front of house guy Pooch absolutely loves it. So versatile. I don't. What more can I say? That's it. I think we've got about 5 shows left. So get back in the warehouse and possibly have a little play with the modules and just see what we can come up with. So join us next year and there might be even more changes. You never know. That's it for me. I'm going to hand over to the other side of the stage where we don't go over there. Scary. Anyway, ciao for now.
Hello, my name is Alan Sosa, and I'm currently looking after Janick Gers on the Run for Your Lives tour with Iron Maiden. We're gonna go over the rig and the guitars, so let's start with the guitars. This is his main one. It's called Blackie, he calls it. They're all pretty much just Fender Strats, you know. As far as I can recollect, I think this is like sort of a replica they made for him of a 70s one that I think Ian Gillan gave him a black one back in the 70s, and that's been his main. And I think he got this one like either late 90s or early 2000s, and it was mint when he got it. It's not anymore. So this is a very main one. Everything is standard. The other main one that he goes back and forth with is this white one. Same thing, I think he got this one about the same time, as far as I know. He got all this tape on the back because he wears his belts with bullets that they destroy the back of the guitar, so this helped prevent a little bit of that. Then this one has not been used on this tour. Is a backup for this one. We're going in order, so this is another Fender Strat, a Sunburst one. You know, everything the same, everything is standard. Got JB Juniors for neck and bridge, and we got hot rails in the middle. But like I said, I think on the last tour, this was tuned to That God. It was for the song Time Machine. But on this tour, it's just a backup for this one. This is the only non-Fender we use as a Sandberg. It's a builder, can't remember, I think it's in Europe somewhere. Makes great Strats, and this one's being used for the Trooper mainly. Yeah, this one doesn't have tape, I guess. Then he's always on cables because he prefers a ton of cables, and I guess he likes playing around with cables. But there's 2 guitars we use with wireless packs. This is his very first guitar, the very first one he owned. And as you can tell, it has some history. It's been broken countless times. The neck is new. They got it last year because it's been broken a bunch of times, you know. So yeah, they got a new one for this one. And the other wireless guitar, just another like white, or I guess you could call cream or vintage white Strat. So he uses, that one is used for Iron Maiden mainly. That's the one he swings around in the air and then steps on it and all that stuff. And this one has been used for Run to the Hills and Wasted Years. So I guess he just uses this when he's trying to run around more than he normally does on the cable, which is already a lot. And yeah, just swing around and all that crazy stuff. So for the rig, we got Ground Control Pro for switching all the effects and presets. We got the Furman power conditioner. We got a battery charger for the wireless batteries. We got the Shure Accent, which is the greatest wireless you can get. He's been using this one since pretty much since he joined the band. As far as I know, it's a Pete Cornish custom unit, which was mainly used for as an A/B input switcher. It also has two outputs, has a couple effects loop. It has this EQ that he really likes using mainly on the clean tone, and it has a built-in tube screamer, a couple boosters. I usually turn those on when he's swinging the guitar and he wants more feedback. That's where I boost those on. But right now, we're using two cables and two wirelesses, so we got this radial JX44. So we have more inputs and more outputs. So this is pretty much just being used for the EQ right now. The main tone is a Marshall JMP. It's been like that since forever, probably since before the band. So that's the main tone with the Marshall 9200s. We have backups, as you can tell. For effects, he's using the Marshall JFX. It's nothing too crazy, just little delay and reverb on solos. Then for cleans, we got the Synergy, the Scene 2. Right now we're using the Bogner Ecstasy. I guess it's a bottom channel. We're using that for the cleans, and we've been A/Bing with the 2C+, right? We've been A/Bing it. He used to have a Mesa preamp that, as far as I know, he's been using it for certain solos now and then, but he hasn't been using that for a couple of years, so we're gonna see if we can get this one in the mix to kind of replace that. As you can tell here by the preset name, if you wanna do a closer shot, this is like a C rig, this is like a last case scenario, and we got this one hooked up to the Synergy power amp too. So if for some reason A and B rig fails, we can go into the Quad Cortex, into this tiny power amp. And with the Quad, we made copies of the JMP's tones. And it's pretty close. As you can tell, he's old school, but he was pleased with the sound, So if we have to go to that, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Then we got a little preset mostly for harmony riffs, So that has like a little different EQ, and it has a little, the rhythm only has just I think it's a little whole reverb, and harmony has, a little delay, a little reverb, and a little chorus too, and a little boost. And then we got a preset for the leads, which is basically more volume, little different EQ, and a longer delay. So. And then last we have a clean. That's where we're using the Ecstasy. And I usually turn on this EQ. So. There's not many cleans on this set, so that's the main part, I guess. It's been used. And then I have like a little longer delay we use when he's trying to make noises in that middle section in Rime of the Ancient Mariner. So it's the same with just a long delay, and he does stuff, like kind of just weird stuff. That's about it.